Ancient Zan lore here, but way back in the day, I did a video dunking on a right-wing chud channel called Rev Says Desu that was doing this weird culture war stuff around a popular show at the time called Cyberpunk Edgerunners, the anime of Cyberpunk 2077 and the Cyberpunk tabletop game and expanded universe and all that from Mike Pondsmith. Very good show. Rev Says Desu, on the other hand, is not so good. Kind of a awful chud. And he made a video talking about a very bizarre behind-the-scenes thing that happened with the show's production, involving CD Projekt Red not initially liking the design of the character Rebecca. She's a character in Edgerunners. Let me see if I can bring her up. Here she is, Rebecca Edgerunners. So this character was very, very popular when the first season dropped, partially because she's definitely one of the GOATs. Like, she definitely just comes in clutch in the end, you know? Like, if you've watched the show, you know, she definitely leaves an impact. Anyway, that said, she's also just a character that a lot of people liked gooning to, because she's pretty. I always thought it was funny because she's kind of built like my girlfriend, who was like 10 years older than me at the time when this show came out. Like, she's built exactly like that ex-girlfriend. I thought it was very funny that when I saw this chud video, this Rev Says Desu video, the premise of it was that this character was a lolly? I was like, what? How is this character a lolly? I mean, for one, she's an adult. Like, we meet her at a bar. You know, she's like got vocal fried adult woman voice because an adult woman voices her. It's like, I don't... It's just bizarre. She doesn't even act childish. She's just kind of like loudmouth adult woman that everybody has met. Like a very common archetype, to be honest. And it was very bizarre to see this character called a lolly. And I was like, well, what the fuck? And so I hear about this behind-the-scenes drama that Rev Says Desu broke down in that video way back in the day. This is some ancient Zan lore, once again. And he tries to claim that lolly is not, in fact, little girls. That Lolicon is not consuming basically animated CSAM. And that it's actually just a style that happens to also include little anime girls. Like, yeah, adult women can be lollies, but also little anime children can be too. That's basically the premise of Rev Says Desu's video. And he, of course, defended the consumption of lolly content, and more importantly, he tried to make it this weird, like, CD Projekt Red was upset about Rebecca's design, because according to them, they're the ones who called it a lolly design, to be fair. So, you know, CD Projekt Red did do it first, but I think that was more the fact that the people responsible for the communication between the studio and CD Projekt Red don't exactly know what that word even means. But for anyone who tries to claim that lolly doesn't mean kid, Epstein literally called it the Lolita Express, for Christ's sake. You're not gonna gaslight me on this one. Alright, you're not gonna gaslight me on that, okay? We all know what Epstein called his plane. Anyway, this character being called a lolly was, like, really off-putting to me. Rev Says Desu trying to play into it was really off-putting to me, especially because Rev Says Desu himself, if you aren't aware, this is what he looks like. This is his stream. This is his avatar. And, he makes a lot of pro-lolly consumption content. Or at least he did back when I made that video. So, the vibe I got, and my premise in my video, was essentially trying to call a popular adult fictional character who's gooned to, an adult fictional character who's gooned to a lolly, as an attempt to normalize Lolicon, and essentially, in a very dark and twisted way, get people to look the other way when someone says that they're a lolicon. To not think the worst when they hear that. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Rev Says Desu got real offended by me calling him out, made a bunch of videos where he sent his pedophile audience after me, so that was real fun. But now Rev Says Desu, due to shoutouts from Asmongold and collaborations with a lot of big YouTubers these days, make no mistake, like the YouTuber industrial complex, like all the big clouded up YouTubers, they have befriended open pedophiles before, and they will do it again. They only drop these people when it stops being popular. Anyway, Rev Says Desu has gotten a lot more popular, and now has to walk back a lot of these past pro-lolly takes, but it also puts him in a really rough position where he built a lot of his audience on defending Lolicon, but he also wants to keep that Christian, nofap, red pill audience around, and he's trying to please them both simultaneously. And it has resulted in a really funny clip. So let me give you guys, I'll read the caption to this clip first. This happened about a month ago too, so we are a little bit behind on this, but when I saw this, when I learned about it, and people sent it to me, I knew I had to cover it. So it all started with this tweet. Somebody tweeted, "Retarded hood weeb," and an image of Rev says Desu's avatar, and it says, "You saw anime girls and thought about kids? Projection much?" And this person quote tweets that saying, "Real funny that people are still using this guy as the lolly defender king when he recently had his own Nux Taku moment, lol. What did Nux? All I know is that he's a parasocial freak. He used to be pro-lolly and built most of his brand on showing off lolly hentai and other types of hentais and being just a massive degenerate. Rev called him out on this in the past, but recently, Rev had his own Nux moment when his wife Straub said that lolly was degenerate, which because of their newfound Christian faith. To which Rev tried doing damage control in the worst way possible, given that he built his entire online personality on being pro-lolly. It's an impossible to win scenario. You can't build like a massive fan base on being the degenerate Lolicon guy and then become a nofap Christian guy. Like, there's some crossover, but it's a real degenerate pot of people you're gonna be niching yourself down to at this point, Rev. I'm sorry.
$5 super chat saying, "Sorry, I don't wish to stir up drama, but Straub."
Hold on. The music is too loud. Here we go. There we go.
You are anti-Lolicon in Remnant video, and us lolly lovers are confused. Please clarify.
God. Oh, what a cringe fucking donation comment.
I did see some people trying to bring up some random quote of that, and that's literally not at all what anybody's saying. The fact is that we don't consume that stuff because we're not consuming Lolicon because we don't look at porn.
I like how he admits it's a pornographic sexual thing inherently here, by the way, after denying it incessantly. Who marries these fucking guys? Dude, if you don't think there are... like, you have genuinely been brain rotted by misandrist propaganda if you think that, like, the weirdos are exclusively among men. Like, frankly, if women are being real with themselves and like, or with each other, frankly, and with you, they'll tell you that some of the weirdest fucking people they've ever met were other women. Like, let's be real, okay? Not all of the weirdest, most creepy, predatory people on Earth are men. There are plenty of creepy, weird, enabling, predatory women out there that are, like, 4chan scrolling, Nazi, like, black sun tattoo on their stomach type chicks that will absolutely get with some degenerate, greasy, pedophile lolicon Nazi online, okay? There are plenty of women like that, okay? Women are not these, like, perfect angels, alright? They're people, and people are fucked up.
Things have completely changed. People's reading comprehension on that is absolutely deranged, and the weird thing is people are using aunties who are trying to make that conversation. The conversation she said is that lolly is a body type, just like I've said for years and years, and yes.
I like how, okay, so we're already walking back to lolly's a body type when he just said before he's not pro-lolly anymore, or he's not, like, a proponent of lolly anymore because he's not consuming porn. Like, he accidentally Freudian slipped his inherent knowledge, or his knowledge of the inherent connection between lolly and pornography, and then he tries to, like, walk that back here, but I don't think he realized what he said before.
Fetishes like that are degenerate. That's something that I've said for years and years, and my stance has always been and will continue.
No. In that video that started me and this motherfucker's beef, let me tell you, he was not calling lolly degenerate in that video. Go back and watch my original call out on the dude from the Rebecca Edge Runners drama if you want to fact check it. I assure you, he did not say that it was degenerate.
To be to this moment is that people have the right to choose the fictional content that they want. And I also don't want people being called pedophiles for consuming that content. I don't know where this is all coming from. It's very strange. I've been getting tagged in stuff all morning over it. It's really weird. Like she said in the comments, she's like, it's bad. Well, yeah, it's bad for her because, like me, we're Christians. We're not going to consume that. That doesn't mean other people don't have the right to consume whatever adult content they want.
That this is his best way of like walking the very fine razor's edge between upsetting his normie audience who don't want to hear him defend like talk about how he's into pedophilic content, and then the other end, which are super into pedophilic content and don't want to hear him denounce it. Like he's got to walk that line real finely. Ooh, let's see if he trips.
I know someone's going to clip this. I mean, this is not in any way a different opinion. It's been like nonstop with this stuff today. It's very weird. Is anyone surprised by what I just said? I've had multiple people be like, oh my gosh, Rev has become an anti today. Rev has literally become an anti. He's a grifter. He's an unironic grifter. My opinion is the exact same. And same with Straub. I have no idea what anyone's talking about, but I'm glad to help clarify that.
You know, one of the best little bits of info I learned recently about Rev Says Desu is he fucking stole the design of his VTuber avatar. This is a character from some anime or manga or some shit that he's just completely ripped. Like, this is not an original design. I think some of the clothes or the outfits or whatever might be like in like a artistic liberty of the character, but the whole character itself is literally a pre-existing fictional character that he's stolen and had a rig made of, essentially. I'm sure somebody knows where she's from. Yeah, it's from Love Live. Okay. Is it Love Live or Love Live? I'm sure if you know, then you know how it's pronounced. But yeah, that's what she's from.
I guess. Like, why would a Christian not... Why would a Christian want to go out and consume porn?
Because they're horny? But why would they want to go out and consume lolly? That's a better question. That's the question I'm like, why would you want to go out and consume lolly? That shit is awful and evil, and you're a Christian. Presumably, your entire existence is dedicated to fighting evil. You know, kind of. Like, that's a certain way you could kind of interpret being Christian. So, like, I don't know. Seems kind of fucked.
Is that surprising to people that someone wouldn't want to do that as a Christian? And it's not even talking about what other people can do.
For once, I'm going to root for Japanese copyright and hope they sue him. Can they sue him? Is that, like, even an option for these, like, the anime studio or whatever? Like, the mangaka, maybe, behind this character? Is that, like, is there international copyright bullshittery that makes that not possible? Because I feel like there might be.
So I've been seeing this all day, and I literally, like, it's so stupid, I don't even want to talk about it, but you know what, some people are asking here, so why not, right? That's what I've been thinking you would say, but I figured that was your stance. Yeah, it's fair if you want to ask. Like, I think that it's fair that you ask, because a lot of people are just running with narratives that, like, just don't make any sense.
Damn, you can tell, behind the scenes, it's getting to him. The Lolicon community is turning on him. Do you think he's actually gone, like, full nofap and he's cut the Lolicon out of his diet, so to speak? Or do you think, like, behind Straub, his wife's back, you know, he's still cranking it? Bro is still cranking it behind his wife's back. Who wants to bet? I don't think he's actually a nofapper. I don't believe that most nofappers are actual nofappers. It's kind of like Flat Earth, where, like, half of them are definitely trolling and pretending, but then the other half are legitimate, you know? That's my understanding of the nofap movement. Like, half of them are just, like, ironically, like, memeing, LARPing being nofappers. The other half are actually doing it. The people who are actually nofapping... Okay, I'm going to be real. No, we're going to call it nofapping. The people who are nofapping don't have online careers. No fucking way. This dude's job is to sit at a computer all day, and he's nofapping, okay? Don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not, like, by the way, I'm not, like, going off on you. It's more like some of the crazy stuff I've seen. Yeah, I'm an anti, guys. I have become an anti. because I no longer, as a Christian, want to consume porn. Like, crazy. Crazy stuff.
Oh, but I thought it's not real, Rev. But I thought it's not real. So what's the difference? Fucking retard. I love when you apply any of their past defenses for Lolicon to the shit they say. It's not a consistent worldview in the slightest. They literally bend their entire worldview, their entire moral system and framework around Lolly to justify it in their headspace and in their rhetoric. But if you ever apply their standards and their defenses to any other issue that they've expressed their moral standard on, it's just not consistent. Doesn't make sense. Interesting how that is. Coming out as anti-lolly is crazy. Listen, that's what people have unironically, like, dude, lolicons are so funny because they genuinely think that it seems like they've almost gotten high on their own supply. A very common thing that lolicons will do is accuse anybody who is anti-lolicon of being a pedophile. And I get it, right? Like, they're pedophiles and their goal is to kind of redirect people's attention away from them, and who better to redirect it to than those who are most loudly and fervently calling them out for what they are, right? It makes sense if you see it from their awful view, but I don't actually, or I never actually thought they believed it. Like, when a lolicon calls me a pedo because I'm anti-lolicon, I never believed that they actually thought I was a pedo for that. Like, that, you know, it's like when a Nazi says, who's the real racist? It's like, well, I know they know that they don't, that I know I don't, like, we both know I'm not the real racist, and we both know I don't think I'm the real racist, and I didn't buy that. So, like, it's a bit like that. But with this, a lot of lolicons these days seem to have actually bought into the propaganda. They actually seem to believe that being anti-lolicon is something to be ashamed of, that it's a gotcha. I've had lolicons show up in my comments doing like the "aren't you the guy who," or "isn't the guy this the guy who," you know, that like format of like call out. Like, someone posts on Twitter, you see their post, and then you reply, "Aren't you the guy who," and then insert like past thing they did that's meant to, you're meant to like get people riled up in the comments, and your reply like get people talking shit. People will do that to me, but the thing they say is, "Aren't you the guy who is bullying lolicons?" And they expect that to be like a, what? No, I wasn't doing that. No, you're mischaracterizing me. As if I'm not just going to quote tweet them and say, yes, and then attach the Chad smile emote, like, image. Like, have they actually gotten high in their own supply? It's insane. Is this you? Most base thing ever. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it.